Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unboxed. So glad that you're joining us today. I want you just to imagine tuning out the world, tuning out everything around you, kind of like they talk about in mindfulness and in meditation. I want you to think about just how you tune out the world, tune out everything around you. And I want you just to hyper focus on your part in the relationship dynamic. If you could kind of like have an out of body experience and hover and just see your relationship with different individuals in your organization, within your family, et cetera, and just notice how you function, especially during more conflictual or highly anxious times. Notice how you function. Listen to yourself. Observe your heart rate, observe your thoughts, all those different things. Just really hyper focus on yourself, your part in the conflicts, your part in the spread of the anxiety. But most importantly, I want you to just think about focusing on your part in functioning in the most authentic and the most mature way possible. I think that one of the beliefs, guiding principles that every leader should hold on to is the belief of focusing on self. I've been reading this quote. I want to read it one more time. It's from Roberta M. Gilbert. It's from the book Extraordinary Relationships, page 117. She says, "A life lived according to the principles of a thought out inner guidance system has an entirely different quality, course, and outcome than a life that's lived according to principles implicitly or explicitly set by one's environment. In other words, the effort toward emotional maturity frees us from trying to be what others think or others want us to be, and yet it allows us to remain in open contact with significant others." Last time we were together, I talked about how integrity is vitally important to being an authentic, principled leader. Today, we're going to unbox the leader's guiding principle of focusing on myself. Stick around. I'm Dr. Robert Davis, family life educator and relationship coach, and welcome to Unboxed, a frank and straightforward conversation about relationships. We're going to talk about family, church, workplace, and all other types of relationships. Join me for the next few moments as we unbox the power and potential of relationships and help you to live your best life. All right. Do me a favor, please. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. That's right. Like, subscribe, and share. And if you're listening to this podcast, make sure that you visit our website. It's www.swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org. Season with Grace Unboxed is the name of our nonprofit. Check it out and see the wonderful things that we're doing to help to develop leaders. So far we have learned that emotionally mature leaders are self-differentiated. In other words, they're able to say, "This is who I am." Emotionally mature leaders are principle-oriented. In other words, they're able to say, "This is what I believe." Emotionally mature leaders are goal-directed. In other words, they're able to say, "This is what I will or will not do." Our time together this week, I want to explore the principles that I believe every authentic leader should live by. As I have shared on many occasions, authentic leaders are clear about what they believe. They are intentional in living out what they believe. Last time I told you that I believe in being honest, and I talked about who I am, what I believe, and then how that's lived out by what I will do. I want you to understand, leaders who are not clear about what they believe and their guiding principles will have other people, other organizations, or their organization and their various relationships develop beliefs and principles for them. You're going to get them from somewhere. An authentic leader gets their principles from their thinking and from their striving to be their best selves. It's always a well thought out process. Allowing others to define and determine our inner guidance system is the antithesis of being an authentic leader. So somebody's going to develop it for you, but letting somebody else develop your guiding principles and your belief system, even your religious belief system, is the antithesis of being an authentic leader. So today's guiding principle, the second guiding principle I want us to think about, is focusing on myself. Who am I? And that's what I'm going to do. Start off right here. Each one of these are the 5 ones that I'm attempting to live by. Have I perfected it? No. But this is what I'm attempting to live by. Number 2, is focusing on myself. So question, who am I? I am self-motivated and responsible person. I am a self-motivated and responsible person. That's who I am. What do I believe? I believe in the power of human abilities. I believe I should focus on my part in the organization, my part in the relationship, and my part in accomplishing the team's goal. I believe I am most effective when I am clear about what I will do and what I will not do. And when I do not attempt, and I'm sorry, and when I do not attempt to think or function for other people, I am most effective when I do not try to think or function for other people. I believe I should not do for others what they can or should do for themselves. I believe the only person I can or should control is myself. That is how I came up with that whole thing about, Lord, grant me the serenity to accept that I cannot change other people, the courage to change the only person I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Because I believe that the only person that I can or should control is myself, which is why I focus so intently on me and the way that I show up and function, whether it is in my workplace or whether it's in my family or friendship relationships or wherever it may be. And what is my goal? Very simple. My goal is to become clear regarding who I am responsible to and what I am responsible for. My goal is to empower my family, my team members, and colleagues by supporting them in accomplishing their assignments and reaching their goals while not over functioning for them. In other words, doing for them what they can or should do for themselves. I don't want to overfunction for them. As I said before, my goal is to be clear regarding who I'm responsible to and what I'm responsible for. And my goal is to share that with those that I'm working with so that they can have clear expectations of me. That is what my goal is. That is what I will or will not do. So lastly, very quickly, how did I come to this belief? How did I come to this belief? I came to it, again, due deep thinking and reflection and introspection. My whole life is one of overfunctioning. I am the baby boy. I have a sister who's younger than me, but I'm the baby boy of my family. And yet I took the GED exam for two of my brothers, overfunctioning. I'm the only one in my family out of all of my siblings that graduated from college. And I'm not saying that they're not successful in any way. I'm just saying I'm the only one that graduated from college and the only one that got a graduate and postgraduate degree. And so I have a tendency, I've been working since I was 14 years old, providing for my family, put myself through school, did all of those things really. And I'm not trying to say this boastfully, but just, the family dynamics required that I had to do these things. And I had to pitch in and oftentimes as it relates to my family. I learned to overfunction. And I took that overfunctioning into my church leadership, which is I did for my church leaders more often things that they should have done for themselves and could have done for themselves if I'd have just got out of the way. So what they did was they said, hey, listen, if you want to do everything, we'll stand back and applaud and watch you do everything. And I noticed that had a profound impact on my emotional health, as well as the health of the organization. Because the more that you do for others, the more that you focus on others and you're getting in everybody's way and trying to get everything done, because that's what it really is. You're focusing on others and getting frustrated because they're not doing their thing, instead of focusing on yourself and make sure you do your part right. Are you with me now? So I noticed that what that does is that causes the organization to lower their level of participation, their level of competency, because you won't allow people to grow and to be all that they should be. And so I recognized that also it had a counter influence in my home life. And that while I was over functioning in my church life, when I came home, I was under functioning in my home responsibilities, in helping with the family finances and around the house and things of that nature. And I said, you know what? This is not right. And I really put some thought into it. And that's how I came up with the belief. After thinking it through, examining it, seeing what I was doing, I came up with the belief of focusing on myself. That is how you unbox your leadership. That is how you unbox the power and the potential of every relationship. I look forward to seeing you again. Join me back here next time.
Seasoned with Grace, Unboxed also provides healthy relationship training and leadership development for businesses, churches, and community organizations. For a free consultation to discuss your team's needs, please contact us at our website at swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org.